Hi, my name is Joyce WBO champion of the world, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
All right, everybody. Hope you're doing fantastic. So this is the last of the set for the month for the sanctioning body rankings. So if you are new to this channel, make sure you are subscribed. We learn something every time that we do these rankings. Of course, we get to talk about fighters who we don't usually get to talk about because they're not in the headline news, if you like. So as I said before, if you are new to the channel, make sure you are subscribed, especially if you are a boxing fan. You should already be so, but if you're not, I'll forgive you. Click the subscribe button. Anyway, so I'm going to go through the top 15. I'm going to point out the changes compared to the last time that they updated them, which I believe was March. It's been a while. It really has. But I'm going to go through the top 15, see what fights recently happened, what fights have now been signed to happen, and of course give you an overall review of what I think of these top 15. Make sure you drop yours in the comment section below. So, Oleksandr Usyk is a WBO World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, he's unified champion. He holds the WBA, the IBF, IBO, and Ring Magazine alongside. Zhang is the WBO interim World Heavyweight Champion. Number 1, Andy Ruiz Jr. Number 2, Anthony Joshua. Number 3, Frank Sanchez. Number 4, Deontay Wilder. Number 5, Jared Anderson. Number 6, Joseph Parker. Number 7, Joyce. Number 8, Daneil Dubois. Number 9, Otto Wallin. Number 10, David Adelaide. Number 11, Aja Kabayel. Number 12, Arsenbek Makhmudov. Number 13, Filip Herkovich. Number 14, Dempsey McKean. And number 15, Justice Uni. So that is the top 15 for the month of July for the WBO. Go check out the other ones as well for this month. Now, dropped out is Zhang, which I'm surprised about, considering that it wasn't really his fault he couldn't get a visa to go fight Jared Anderson, which is why Jared Anderson ended up fighting Charles Martin. But Zhang will be fighting in only a couple of weeks' time against top-ranked fighter F.A. Ajagba. Very interesting fight, so big props to both of those two. Now, I say I'm surprised because F.A. Ajagba, who incidentally is not in this top 15, by the way, he was recently, but he's a top-ranked fighter. As we know, the WBO are very biased when it comes to Frank Warren Queensberry and Bob Arum of Top Rank. They are, considering that those two promotional companies have less heavyweights than the other promotional companies such as Matchroom and the PBC. Hey, it is what it is. If you can do it and get away with it, why not? I would. Now, for those of you who think, well, that ain't true, okay, well, out of the top 15, 6 of those highlighted are Queensberry and Top Rank fighters. Now, I might be wrong about Aja Kabayel. I know he was signed to Top Rank. I don't know about any more. So I'm led to believe that he may still be. Okay, so either way. But of course, you've also got the WBO interim champion in Zhang on there as well. Don't forget. Listen, I wouldn't be at all surprised if we see a re-emergence of F.A. Ajagba in this top 15. If we see Moses Atuma in there real soon as well, or Bakady Jalalov, or a Richard Torres Jr. Don't be surprised if you see any of those names in this top 15 going forward. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so I suppose out of all these fighters, all these top 15 within the last month, only 2 fighters have fought. Firstly, big baby Jared Anderson. Of course, he defeated Charles Martin, beat him on points. He went through some pretty hellacious moments in himself, but it is what it is. You know, you're supposed to learn. You can't always learn it if you just go in there and blast people out. So I'm sure that he will improve for the next time. In fact, he's been taking on Andre Rudenko next time out. The other fighter who's had a fight recently is Arsenbek Makhmudov. He took on that Nigerian, I forgot his name, blasted him out. They destroyed him, bounced him up and down on the canvas and stopped him in round 2. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with Arsenbek Makhmudov next. But out of this top 15, fights that have been made will be the WBO World Heavyweight Champion taking on the WBA regular World Heavyweight Champion, former regular World Heavyweight Champion, which is why he's now ranked in the top 15 here for the WBO. Firstly, he's a Queensberry fighter, Frank Warren, but also, either way, it doesn't really matter. This will be for a WBA mandatory, but Oleksandr Usyk versus Daneil Dubois. This will be taking place, is it 26th of August? It's the last weekend of August anyway, in Poland. Another fight that has been made will be the number 2 taking on Dillian Whyte. That'll be on August 12th at the O2 Arena. And then, of course, you've got the rematch as well with number 7, Joyce, taking on the WBO interim heavyweight champion, Zhang. So that fight's also being made. Now, it's going to be interesting, though, to see if number 1, Andy Ruiz Jr., bit bizarre that he's number 1, but he is the former WBO World Heavyweight Champion, of course. But if number 1, Andy Ruiz Jr., does end up taking on number 4, Deontay Wilder. They've been negotiating for the best part of, 8 months now, which is ridiculous, right? But anyway, this is a WBO-ordered situation. What can you do with their bias when that comes to their PPC? Also, you've got number 14, Dempsey McKean, taking on number 13 in Filip Hrgović. Them two will be fighting each other on the Dillian Whyte, Anthony Joshua rematch undercard at the O2 Arena on August the 12th. So it'll be a very interesting fight. This could be the coming out party for Dempsey McKean, or it could be a redemption, if you like, for Filip Hrgović after his last performance against Zhang. So very, very interesting fight. That one, I do like that one. It does look like that we could end up seeing number 10, David Adelaide, fight Fabio Wardley for the British Heavyweight Championship. Of course, that fight has been mandated by the British Box Border Control, and Fabio Wardley was going to be on the Anthony Joshua Dillian Whyte Part 2 undercard on August 12th, but now he's not. In fact, they're now going to try and get Fabio Wardley versus David Adelaide over the line without it going to purse bid, which is due quite soon, I believe, in about a week or two. So what I'm hearing, that fight could well be next. Other than that, nobody else really has a fight coming up or anything like that. Frank Sanchez, number 3, looks like he could be taking on Chris Arreola, which is ridiculous considering that Frank Sanchez is 22-0, and he's meant to be a new boogeyman of the heavyweight division, taking on a Chris Arreola. I mean, that's not good enough, if we're being honest, is it? It really isn't good enough. But other than that, no other fights have been made. I mean, listen, there's some interesting ones there, okay? They are featuring some fighters that don't usually feature on too many's top 15. They don't. But they know better than what we do, right? Or at least they'll have us believe that they do. So that's pretty much it. Other than that, no great changes. I think overall, it's not great rankings. As I said, it is quite heavy when it comes to Top Rank and Queensberry. But as I said before, if you can do it, do it. I think a lot of promotional companies would if they could. So we can't really knock Frank Warren and Bob Arum for this. We can't knock them at all, can we? So anyway, what's your thoughts of this top 15 from the WBO? Drop your thoughts below. Click on the subscribe. Catch you next video.